Alright, let's play some more backgammon. We will play some cash game against professional. Teacher mode, same old. Good start. 4-2. Gonna just lock in this 4-point. Very obvious. Straightforward opening. Another 4-2 is now less obvious. Alright. We can't kill. Do I just slot this? Do I play 4 and then unload one here? I don't think it's going to be 2 down or 4 down. Let me reposition a little bit. Let me sit up so I can talk more clearly into the microphone. I think I'm just going to do this. Let's find out. Let's find out. There we go. Not right. It was just 4 down and 2 split, or 4. Okay, so I guess you do just bite the bullet and bring in that extra builder. All of these 3 best moves were bring one down and face off. So my move was definitely not the right idea. That's definitely something to be on the lookout for in the future. That's just something I'm not good enough at backgammon to know yet. That's too aggressive for me still. It just looks too aggressive. But it's good to know that that's not necessarily the case. And now with that in mind, am I supposed to come in on the 1 and play 4 down versus just this? I think I just go with that. Yeah, okay. That was also alright, but 4 down was not the right idea. Okay, so at least we did that. Alright, and it is a kill for sure. Just to look at, there's no other. We'll turn on the arrows because that's better. 5-2. You could run. I think this is definitely the better idea. Knock me off this 5-point. I agree with the professional computer decision. 6-3, I think just has to be a run. We're forced to come in on the 6. He has this vulnerability in his home board point. We're probably going to get around. So, let's see. No, what? Okay. It was 6. Wow, go to make the bar. Okay, so this is, I'm learning already for sure. This is definitely good stuff to learn. I guess, maintain 2 shots at this guy is important. Probably. But I would have thought that when only a 6 is going to comfortably complete this for me, that it wasn't worth necessarily the risk associated with it. But I definitely understood, like, the bar is a valuable point still, even though he has the advanced anchor. And we still have he has no choice but to clean this guy up. That has to be his #1 priority. Not that it already wasn't. We still have shots to make an advanced anchor ourselves, so this was the right idea. This is the move that a bad player, ended up making. 5-3 covers for sure. 6-2, I think I just cover here. Let's take a look. He's up in the race, but not by a ton. It's a 7-point differential. I think I like that. Get our back checker to freedom. There's the possibility of playing this guy just to safety, but I think this is probably much better. This probably isn't even close. Yeah, everything else would have been a huge blunder. Double 5s is bad, so we're going to have the cube fly at us, and we're going to pass it on virtually every roll. That might save it. But I want to find out. I want to think about it, because we'll look at, once we see the calculations for this move, we may see that every single move is -1 point, because no matter what I play, it's just going to be a drop. And I want to decide before I get that information when the cube flies, if I'm going to take it or pass it. It's 135 to 118. Ian told me the formula for this the other day. The difference over the total number of pips left. It's the square of the difference. So the difference is 17. I really wish I remembered what 17 squared is. 15 squared is 225. So I think I want to say it's 269 is 17 squared, something like that. And the total number of pips left is 153. So I am definitely a big take here, I would imagine. I think it needed to be over 0.68, and that's well over 0.68. So let's see. Nope, they're all -1. So, I guess this one's not -1. This one I can actually slightly take. So I made the one move that can take, and I would have taken the cube even seeing that they were all -1, because I did decide that I'm going to take the cube, and I need to be like honest with myself. So I am going to take this cube. Take it, and it was barely a take. No double would have been a big error, and it's essentially a split decision between double take and double pass. When I am playing against a much better opponent than I am, I will take cubes in spots that are close and are likely to be races where I now have the advantage of being the person who owns the cube. And ace deuce is not a good way to start that. So I think we do that. Yeah, that's fine. 6-4 is a good shot. We go for that. Close enough. I thought about actually 13-3 just to quickly go through. It was right to get a guy on there, play from 7-3 after 6 down, but to play it like that. But my move was 1 out of 1,000 worse, so I can live with that. Do I want to keep this pressure on, or do I just play down? I think I go 6-2. Yeah, keep the pressure on is... I guess it was close. You could take the pressure off. It's all very marginal. 6-4. I like these are... I'm getting some big rolls here. I'm only down 10, which sounds like a big number to only be down. But, okay, anything else would have been bad, so I'm glad that I didn't do anything else. 32. I think I like maintaining pressure and just doing that. Yeah, more or less right. 2-2. Is he going to crumble or am I going to crumble? I'm up in the race, so I'm going to just cover. Or he's up in the race, excuse me. So I'm just going to cover and bring another guy in. Yeah, that was the right idea. I thought about bumping these guys up, but I really want to maintain this pressure when he's up in the race. Ace deuce isn't going to do it. I don't want to now roll any bad rolls, so I'm going to do that. And yeah, that's the right idea. I didn't want to do anything weird around there. 22. Oh boy. Well, I mean, I think we have to cover. Do we have to cover? We're going to be up 5 in the race after this, but we want to leave him with. Right now he has 6-5, 6-4. No, excuse me, 6-5 is fine. It's 6-4, 6-3, 6-2, 6-1 are bad rolls for him, which is a lot of bad rolls, and I don't want to get rid of 6-4 and 6-3. That cuts him in half. So, but I also don't want to get stuck. Let's just take a look at this. I don't want to bump these and cut him in half, I don't think. Because I think I want to be able to hit. Get this crossover in. And then the cube just flies, right? Obviously. Or no, it doesn't fly until I hit him. But, so let's think about this. Because we are down in the race. Do we really improve this much in our race scenario by doing this? Versus, I mean, we're just letting him make it a race in almost every timeline. So we're doing this. More aggressive play. Let's see it. Yep, definitely right. Okay, good that we thought that one through. Show us, let's see. He has 6-4, 6-3, 6-2, 6-1. So that is 8 out of 36 combinations, which is quite a few. It's 4.5 to 1. So we are going to get some looks. Ace deuce. And now we have bad shots. That's kind of one of them. Man. I think we just do that. No. I thought about leaving that as well. And I didn't think about that, but you do just leave that 6. Okay, this is just something I'm not good enough at backgammon to do. At least my move's not a huge error, but I thought when his homeboard was this strong that would be potentially a big vulnerability and would cost me a lot of rating points. But it was the right idea, so definitely shame on me there. That I do want to not be stacking and that I want to leave myself another 5, I would imagine, because now I'm giving myself bad 5s on this roll too. Whereas, you know, if he can maintain this, say he rolls a 3-1, now I have bad 5s and 6s, whereas before I just had bad 6s if I'd played it this way. Okay. 4-1 and 55. That is not one of the bad 5s, and now the cube is going to fly no matter what. Well, you know, within reason. We're up 5. We're on roll. We're doubling. Redouble pass. Okay. We played world class. That's not bad. I don't think I would have done too much differently playing over the board, other than, obviously, there are several spots in there where I checked the race, and over the board I'm certainly capable of counting the race, but not that easily, and it's a lot easier to think the whole logic through when you have the race counted for you and you don't have to pause midway through the logic to figure out the race and then figure out where you were in the middle of your thought process, which is at least an issue for me. So let's at least take a look at this math just quickly on this redouble cube. The redouble was no redouble would have been a 108 error. I thought about it. I mean, I guess I did think about it for a minute, but it seems like, just to look at the board here for a second, it seems like really no reason not to be redoubling here. I mean, you're just crushing in every way. Your opponent may make a bad take or make, if it had been slightly different, maybe it would have made a bad drop. Because it is pretty, I mean, it's not really that close, but if, say this guy is closer, or he has more guys further in here, it's probably a lot closer, if he's not so backed up in his home board. I think that's probably enough time spent on that game. I'm happy with how that went, and so let's move on. 6-5 is a pretty good roll again, and 4-2. You got my roll from last time. 5-5, I think, is a no question. This guy's blocked. I would love to get him out of there. These guys are blocked. I would love to unstack them, potentially, but no can do. So we'll just unload the midpoint, make a valuable homeboard point. Interesting. I'm going to be curious to see if this is a possible error by the computer, but I doubt it. It plays nearly perfectly. And I guess when I've already escaped one of them and I have a pretty neat homeboard potentially coming in and some builders and freedom and flexibility, that the name of the game becomes attacking my blot. Like, that is a common saying in backgammon, is prime an anchor, attack a blot. And this is definitely the 6-5 that is the more aggressive 6-5. I think I almost certainly would have just run with one of mine. And yeah, not even close. That you definitely want to play that. So 24-13 would have been my move, and that would have been a horrible, horrible mistake. You want to attack that blot. That is great to know. Let's take a look at just the math quickly there. 43.3 with a 10.8 gammon versus just running is a little worse and a little worse. So yeah, definitely the idea when I have that blot back down there. Because he definitely, if I can't break through here or hit him, has some solid threats to make this 5-point or make this 3-point or make the bar point, obviously. So let's hit a 6. Whoops, let's go to there, and then let's roll a 6. There it is. 6, and is there a reason not to run? Yeah, we could play 2 down. But I think we run and limit the options for a return shot. So we'll do that. Yeah, okay. And 2 down was the next best play, but it was definitely a big error, and anything other than that would have been tremendous. Not that this one wasn't already tremendous blunder. 109 blunder. Okay. Double 4s is a good look for him. For sure. I think I'm going to go, just because I don't see a good 1 if I came in on the 5. I just see nothing but disgusting ones. I'm going to come in on the ace and play this 5. Yeah, great idea. Okay, so let's find another like 6-5, 6-4 aces. Well, that's going to happen. And I don't want to, I'm not bumping that guy up into these monsters. So do I just push? Or do I bump? Man. Do I bump? Bump up 24-22? Or do I just play 2 from 3-2? Or do I play 2 from 13-12? Leaving him 8s and 9s. I'm not going to leave him 8s and 9s. That doesn't sound exciting. But I also, I don't want to bump. So, or do I play, I think I'm just going to do that. Not quite, but not far off. It was bump. Okay, they were essentially even. 4 of 1,000. A .004 error. And, okay, so that's pretty interesting. But let's not spend too much time on it. It was very close. He makes a very important point, and now ace 6 would be huge for us, preferably 6-4. Ace 3 is not what we were looking for. I think I just do that. Yeah, I think it's just you have to burn one and hold your position. No other compelling moves. A 6 is just critical. 4-2, we're going to point on him, and then we're certainly not going to be cubing. Yeah, anything else was terrible. 6-4 is a fan, and do we cube? He's certainly not going to drop the cube. I'm not going to cube. We have some good rolls here, and it was no double, not even close to a double. 200 error to double, so glad we didn't. Do we just make this point? Do we just play this? For lack of anything better to do? I think we might. I mean, the only other thing is, like, I'd love to bump this guy, but I think we just make this point. Yeah. And the only other thing, okay, playing to safety wasn't horrendous, but okay. 5-6. 6-2 is a big look. We're going to hit there. We escape at the same time, and if we don't get hit back here, we're going to let it fly, I would imagine. 5-1 is not it. Oh, it is a hit. Oh, damn it. Okay, at least we got to safety. We'll play 3 and then 2. No, we don't want to leave it the double direct. We'll play 2 and then 3. 2 and then 3. I think has to be right. Yeah, it would have been a huge blunder to play it the other way. Okay. 6-4 points on us. Oh my god, this is dramatic. A6. I mean, I'm not going to... He hits with an ace, deuce, or 3 if I come out, so I think we play that 6. Yeah. And now, this is interesting. A 6 is huge. 5-3 is not huge. That's very not huge. The 5 has to be there, essentially. The 3 has to be there. Nope. Oh, just break that point. Okay. Should have thought about that. And, IRL, I would be dropping this cube, although I can see that it is a take, so I'm going to just drop it and see what my honest evaluation is. I can see it's barely a take, the way that I played it, and it would have been a huge take and potentially not even a cube if I played it the right way. I still think it's a cube. But this decision, I'm going to pass. And okay, so I still played at least decently. I think we already went over most of the... I passed there obviously knowing that it was not a pass, but that to play honestly, I would have passed it. So, and I think above all, I want to get an honest evaluation here. Okay, I think we at least have time for probably one more. And another really good opening. The best opening. 6-2, a very good response to the 5-4. So this is interesting. I think we just kill here. Yeah, no question. Glad that I hesitated. Look like an idiot on the video, Colin. All right, that's a very good look. Make the bar, and we could be finding the cube pretty soon. 61, that might pause the cube. It might not. What bad rolls do we have? Like, 3-1 isn't great, but it's not horrible. I think I'm going to let it fly. Double pass. Okay, good. And it would have been not even that bad of an error to not double, but it's a huge, huge pass in this spot. So let's review this just quickly. Oh, I guess I didn't even notice this at the time, but I missed a cube in this spot, and I absolutely should have seen that. This is... I know I'm coming in from the bar here. I'm cubing from the bar, but I have that direct threat, and then so many potential double kills, or I could roll doubles and kill and cover, or just escape, or make the bar like I did, where once I roll that good number, now I've just lost my market. As we saw, it becomes a huge, huge pass. So this definitely was worth taking a closer look at. I should have totally thought about that. Let's play one more. Not a great look for 6-2. Do we just run? I think we might when he has that vulnerability. Okay, close. Okay, okay. I guess I kind of get that. It's more or less like he's going to use the 1 to cover that anyway, so he isn't going to be hitting his ear from often. Is the idea that you can slot the bar, I think, a lot more freely when he's slotting his own 5-point on your turn. Okay. I think that makes sense. And we end up fading what would have been a huge disaster of a roll, so that's good, the way we played it, to be totally results-oriented. And now, even though we could hit, I think we just get to safety here. I think that's got to be the idea. Yeah, anything else would have been, as you can see, just, the second best move was a 380 error. The move is pretty clear. And it's rare for a hit to be that bad this early, I would imagine, but getting to freedom, getting through that 4 prime is definitely just my number 1 priority. And now we have an interesting game where he has a big lead in the race at this point, but is not. I'm going to take the cube, certainly. Some people may be inclined to just make the bar here, but I think it's much, much better to slot the 5-point. I don't think this is even close, I'm sure. My strategy right now is he's not going to let me hit him for a while. He's not going to, at least hopefully, on his part, be volunteering any shots for a while. So I want to be filling in my home board for when he is inevitably, or not inevitably, but eventually, hopefully forced to. All right. And yeah, as we can see, that is definitely right. Making the bar was a 36 error. Want to get going on this home board above all else. That's the only priority. Take the cube. And it would have been, as we can see, a huge error. Like I said, I could see him cubing, as I said earlier, in that last turn analysis, and I would not hesitate to take. And just to quickly go back to it, over a 400 error to end up dropping there. The race is too close. The position is fine. We have a lot of chances. Even if he stays ahead in the race, he's going to have to potentially give me a look. We could always roll 6-6. Do we bring them all around? We're going to be even in the race after this, so I'm going to do that. Maintain the pressure. Okay, it was bring them all around. It's not a huge deal, but it's definitely good to get that right. I thought when we were even in the race that I wanted to potentially have this as a landing spot still for certain outcomes, but and again, not a huge difference. It doesn't even qualify as an error, but you don't want to make 16 errors. Those add up. So 4 and then 1 in. I'm pretty confident. Yep. 3, and then we're not going to have any action. So, yeah, more or less the right idea. Slap them. 6-5. What I mean is we're not going to have any action for potentially a little while. I think I want to save a 6. Sorry, I know that my computer sometimes makes noise. Or do I just do that? I'll just do that. Yeah, that is the best idea. Just get him in. And we do roll one of the bad ones. Fade the ace. Yep. Okay. 6 is there. I'm not going to play the ace in. Again, I don't want to leave myself bad 6s. I'm just going to play that. And the right idea was to split, so same idea. Do not play that. Okay. And now I'm going to save that 6 again. Right idea. 33 again. And I think I want to save the higher numbers now that I'm up in the race. Okay, it was better to... I didn't want to roll any bad 5s. I feel like... Backgammon's so situational. It's so annoying how situational it is that the right idea last time was to maintain, leave that extra guy on the 6 so that I wouldn't have bad 5s. But now it's to give myself bad 5s. It's just so frustrating how that goes. But I guess it's because he has so many bad rolls too now. So I should have thought about that. 6-2 is one of them. He's up in the race. On roll, so subtract 4 pips, so we're basically even. I have a direct look at him. He does not have a direct look at me. He has the better home board. I don't think this is a recube. It wasn't. It wasn't even close. It would have been a horrendous recube. And now we just go for it. Okay. And now it's just we hold the cube, pure race. Let's roll some big numbers and close out the video on a win. 3 and 2 just in. Yeah. 3 in, 1 off. And this 4 is a problem. Okay, that's not a problem. Are we thinking about cubing? No, not even close. And let's see what percent. I haven't looked yet. I'm curious what percentage I am right now. I'd say I'm probably right around 40. I might even be am I a favorite? I should know. I should obviously know this. I don't think I'm a favorite. I think I'm probably like 45%. Let's see. Cube. Okay. We'll find out. Cube. Oh, I'm 65%. Wow. Okay. I guess I'm not going to have that many more misses than him. Are we redoubling yet? I still don't think it's a redouble. It wasn't. We could find, I mean, if he rolls like 3-1 or something here. Oh, what was this? Oh, it was a cube. Let's go over that. It was a redouble. It was a huge redouble. Arrow. Move. Initial. This was a cube. This is a huge cube. A 93 error to not cube here. Oh, I guess his 3-point and his ace point are both done. I'm 74% after he rolls that 3-2. Okay. And now, let's see. He has 6. I have 6. I'm going to send it now. Okay. So I think we played pretty well, honestly. So this session, I think we're going to close the video off with that. I think we didn't have too many super difficult spots, and we certainly messed up in plenty of places, but I'm pretty happy with how this ended up going. I'm glad that I didn't play too poorly on YouTube, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I guess keep doing whatever you can to get more people that you know into backgammon because it's such a good game. And thanks for watching, and I'll probably hopefully have time to make another video, maybe tomorrow, hopefully soon. All right, take care.